This video provides an overview of the interactive features of the web version of Career Success. These interactive features are designed to engage students in learning. Faculty can easily access student work online and provide feedback to students. Self-scoring quizzes and automated grading features provide accuracy and saves time in recording student grades. Let's take a look at some of the chapters and the interactive features. The first chapter is called Create Your Success. The chapters begin with a pre-quiz and end with a post-quiz so that students can measure their learning in each of the chapters. The chapters begin with the student learning outcomes. There's a small amount of text on each page, and students are encouraged to think about the material and how it applies to their personal lives. And we do this by having them write a journal entry. This one is, what are your dreams for the future? Write a paragraph about what you hope to accomplish by going to college. There are quizzes integrated into each of the chapters. They are immediately scored, so they provide automatic feedback to students. The quiz grades are automatically placed in your gradebook in your course management system so that you don't have to record grades. One of the topics is taking control of your life. What is locus of control? What is internal versus external, for example? And here's an example of an interactive feature. For each statement, select whether it represents an internal or an external locus of control. For example, much of what happens to us is due to fate, chance, or luck. Is that internal or is that external locus of control? These exercises are automatically scored and feedback is provided to students. They're not included as part of the grade. They are designed to engage students in learning. Let's take another look at this chapter on personality type. The assessments are integrated into the chapter, so the chapter introduces the assessment and talks about the purpose of it, the background of it. The True Talent Personality Assessment is integrated into this chapter, so students take the assessment within the chapter and get the results. The results are very interactive. For example, what does it mean, introvert and extroversion? And so here's the definition. There's a nice positive profile about the student. Students often ask me for a letter of recommendation, and I'll take some phrases from this because it's very positively written. How does my personality type affect learning? What are my strengths as a learner? What are my challenges? What are some recommendations for improvement? How does my personality type affect my work and productivity? What are my strengths and challenges, recommendations? How does my personality type affect my communication with other people? Again, strengths, challenges, and working to improve. Working with others, what are my strengths in working with others, challenges and recommendations? Here's my favorite part. What careers are matched with my personal strengths? For example, chemical engineering. So what is chemical engineering? Here's some information about this. It's valuable for doing career research. How does it compare to my interests and skills? What are some educational programs? What are wages? What is the career outlook? What are some similar careers so I could continue doing research on this? Then I can actually look for job openings by clicking on Indeed.com, and here are some actual job openings for chemical engineers. One of the assignments I give to my students is to summarize their personal strengths, find a career that matches, and look for an actual job opening, and talk about career outlook and pay for this occupation. The chapter helps students to understand the details of their assessment. For example, what is introvert or extrovert? And again, the results are presented. And so here's some general qualities of introverts and extroverts, helping students to think positively about each type, preferred study and work environments. And then it's summarized by a journal entry. Look at your results from the True Talent Personality Assessment. Are you an introvert, an extrovert, or a combination of these two types? Can you give examples of how it affects your social life, school, or work? Write a paragraph about this preference. And again, you can view the students' journal entries online and comment about them, and also grade them, and the grades are automatically placed in the grade book. Here is a summary page for the personality assessment. Students are asked to write a brief definition of each of these words. I've found in the past that sometimes people don't understand these words, but this is a good summary. And then write a paragraph about this aspect of your personality type, about being a judging, perceptive, or combination type. How does it affect how you manage your time, how you budget your money, your preferred work environment? Remember that judging means orderly and organized, not judging other people. That's a common misconception. Perceptive means spontaneous and flexible. How is this information useful in choosing your career or being successful in college? And again, the quizzes are integrated into the chapter. They're automatically scored. Let's take a look at another chapter, the chapter on interests. There are links to the O-Net Interest Profiler, which yields results similar to the Strong Interest Inventory. And then definitions of Strong's different categories, and then a journal entry. List one matching career and briefly describe the education required, salary, and projected growth for this career based on your O-Net results. Write a summary of what you've learned about how careers match your interests. So my 3 top interests on the interest profiler are: one career that matches my interest is, the education required is, the median salary is. Students write their answers in the blanks here, which you can view online. Here's a values checklist. We help students to understand what is most important in their life, and that helps them in making career decisions. So here's a simple checklist of different types of values that students can select. And then they can write down other values that may not be on the list. And then review your list of important values from the above list. List your 5 most important values here. The next one is on multiple intelligences. And again, the multiple intelligence assessment is built into this chapter. One of the topics is mindset and how mindset affects intelligence. What is a growth mindset? What is a fixed mindset? And here's an interactive activity. What is your mindset? For example, I take on challenges and don't mind completing schoolwork that is difficult. Again, these are automatically scored. You scored 26 out of 40, which is 65%. It doesn't affect the grade, it's just feedback about students' progress in the chapter. So it says, you have some qualities of a growth mindset, a positive comment, but would benefit from rereading the information about growth mindset and thinking about how you can use this material to increase your success. the importance of grit and being successful in college or on the job or developing your skills. And then, how gritty are you? I have a never give up attitude. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? You scored 31 out of 40, which is 78%. You have many qualities of a gritty person, positive comment, but could benefit from thinking more about how to increase your grit. Multiple intelligences, the True Talent Multiple Intelligences Assessment is built into this chapter. And these again are clickable. So for example, what does linguistic mean? Here are my strengths, my challenges. Famous people with strong linguistic skills, top careers for linguistic intelligence. How to develop your intelligences. Emotional intelligence and increasing in emotional intelligences, and again career and pathways. So here are some careers again that match my multiple intelligences. One more chapter here. Let's take a look at planning your career and education, and just take a look at the assessment. The skills assessment is integrated in this chapter. The True Talent Skills, talking about different skills and how they match careers. So that's a quick overview of the chapters. I'm going to switch over to my Canvas container and show you how it fits into the container and is integrated inside the container. So I have weekly modules. So for example, this week is on personality and major. So the chapter is actually integrated into my module on Canvas. I can view my students' work online and grade the work. So for example, here are the journal entries. I can view the journal entries. I can also see the quiz results. So after viewing the journal entries, I can assign the student a grade. So I gave the student a 10 out of 10. I can make a comment to the student. Good ideas for motivating yourself to be successful. Good work on the intention statements too. So students can view my comments. I used the interactive online web version of the textbooks for my own students, and I recommend that you consider this option for your students.